Let's dive right into maybe one of the key challenges that young people face, especially when they're thinking about going into business, and whether they have, the right muscle, the right team, the right idea, and generally the right environment to be starting their business. What is it that they need to know and look out for in the early stages?
In the early stages of business, not much is needed. It's just your brain and what you want to do. Capital is never a problem because when I was starting the business, I didn't have capital. Actually, I hadn't paid rent. So I was in negative. And I knew I would start a business. All I knew is that I would take some papers from point A to point B and get some profit in it and then go pay rent. So you have to have that idea. You don't need capital, anything. What you have to have is mind and have a journey in your mind from A to Z.
Yes. I like how you're saying that because it's quite challenging to how young people, on the contrary, believe that they need to have certain tools before they actually get started. But let's talk about selling your idea, because I think sales is the heart and lifeblood of any business. So when we talk about an elevator pitch, for example, or just being able to sell your idea to your investors, to your potential sponsors, what does that look like, and what do you need to have to know before you go into that space?
Selling an idea it's a bit tricky because the ideas are many. Everyone has an idea, and we are all looking for potential buyers. So when you are looking for potential buyer, you have to categorize on who you are targeting and package yourself, then take it to the customer. For example, if you are selling some fruits somewhere in Gikomba, you have to know who will buy, because you can't sell some pork in Saudi Arabia. You have to know exactly who you are targeting, package it, and then take it to the customer. Again, you have to know from A to Z. I will get product from point A, I will package it this way, then I will take it to the customer in this format, so that the customer knows what to get. And again, you can't have the first impression twice. So the first time you get to the customer, that one will sell or fail. So you have to know how to package yourself.
Right. Wilson, I really like practical examples. So I have a pen in my hand whose company we will not talk about. But if you were to show me how I can sell a pen, and this one specifically, how would you tell a young person who is now teaching themselves how to pitch their idea or their product to a stranger like myself? So for example, would you be able to sell this pen to me? How would you do it?
If I want to sell that pen to you, I would first of all want to know if you want to use a pen. And if you have a pen, which pen are you using? Is it the right pen that you are using? So I have to know you. I have to know the customer. I have to know what he wants, so that I'm able now to tell him, okay, this pen you have, it cost 15 bob. This one I have is 10 shillings, and you can use it for 1 week. The one you have, you can use it for 2 weeks, but for maybe the same time, but you have saved 5 bob. That's where you look for the niche. What is the niche that you have? Then you sell it.
Fantastic. I really like what you're talking about, is look for the niche and knowing your customer. I think that a lot of people sometimes go in without really understanding their emotions and feelings and whys behind the customers. So maybe you can talk about briefly a business model canvas, generally just understanding the channels, your marketing plan, and having something on paper that visually you can represent your ideas, where you're going and where you currently are as a business. What would you really advise young people, especially on the importance of having that business model canvas, and why and what actually goes into it?
Okay, if you are to start a business and you want it to prosper, you have to have the journey in your mind first. Then practice it from maybe your biro and a paper. After putting down the points, then you sketch the map, how you move. After that, now you start thinking wide. Now, I have known where the customer is. I know where the product is. Now let me go for the product and take it to the customer. After getting the product to the customer, for the first few months, expect maybe positive or negative product repercussions. Then after that, that's when you start now getting into profit. Break even doesn't just come. It takes time. You don't just wake up and make a lot of money. You have to have that time. You are negative, negative, positive, positive, then negative again, then you start breaking even. You start making no profit, no loss. Then at that time when you see you are in that position, now you can start looking for what to market in that